In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light.
Welcome back everyone to Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and today we're diving right into this one with one of DC Comics' most popular character and one of my favorites, the fearless Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. If you don't know, Hal is the second iteration of the Green Lantern character after the OG Alan Scott, and he was created by writer John Broome and artist Gil Kane in 1959, which was the early part of the Silver Age of comics. He is cool, he's confident, and I was really trying to showcase that in this drawing. To do that, I actually chose a pose that is rather generic, nothing too grandstanding, simple yet authoritative. This Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, is all about willpower and imagination. I wanted the simple smirk on his face tell the story versus trying to draw an elaborate action pose. But to counter that simple approach, I made sure to put some oomph where it counts, in the details of his physique. I lightly roughed the muscles and the areas in the body that I needed to, and I spotted my blacks, which is to say that I drew small X's where I knew I was going to cover completely with black ink. It helps define my shapes with forms, and it helps adding depth with shadows. I used to be so afraid of inking my drawings. I was always worried I was going to ruin them. It's still a challenge, but something that I now embrace more and more. One thing I love about inking is how it transforms a rough sketch into something bold. It's fascinating. For this drawing, I'm using one of my Pentel brush pens. I have several of these with various brush sizes. This particular one that I'm using is new, so the bristles are still firm. I felt it was going to serve me well for the type of line work that I was going for, which is to say a David Finch style of inking, which has heavy, inky black shadows with feathering and cross-hatching for definition and detail. I also wanted to work on my control of line weight because I felt it would be good practice and a technique that I want to incorporate in my gouache paintings in the future. We're about halfway into this video, and if you're still here and you're enjoying this content, would you mind giving a little tap to that like button? I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't be shy. Leave a comment, a question, a concern, a tip. Let me know who is your favorite Green Lantern member, and who do you think I should draw or paint next? Guy Gardner or Kilowog? To drop in the heavier blacks, I'm using a different Pentel brush. This has a thicker brush and a lot more flow with the ink, so it makes it a lot easier. The bristles are also kind of worn, so it helps sometimes to do feathering on some of the larger details. With the heavy shadows done and the final line art and the details in place, now is the time to start focusing on the colors. And for that, I was going to use alcohol markers. These HImi markers were a Christmas gift from my lovely wife, and I haven't had an opportunity to crack them open and use them, but I was compelled to because I've been watching this amazing artist, HImi's Design. I'll put up his link so you can check him out. He is an absolutely amazing artist, and I'm constantly drawn to his videos and his process. He uses markers on some of his videos, and every time I see his work or visit his page to explore, I leave inspired. I recommend you check him out. So I haven't used markers since about 2023. I knew I was going to be rusty, so knowing that, I used as much heavy black on my drawing there to hide the rust. Being new, the markers had great flow and they blended really well. I didn't use a lot of different colors, maybe about 5 or 6 different markers. And I didn't want to overwhelm myself with too many choices. It's 80 colors in that set. I grabbed a handful and kept it simple. For the face, I wanted to keep with the golden era of comics look of less is more. And I like to blend dueling styles in my artwork sometimes. I find it humorous that in this picture, Hal has an old school look to his face and his features, but he has a jacked physique of the modern era of comics. I think the mix between the two is kind of funny. I was really happy with the way this came out. It was a great way to pass the time and get some practice in with my brush pens and my HImi markers. And there he is, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Thank you so much for hanging out. My name is Mello, and as always, draw you later. Bye-bye.